Justin is a nurse who has a new patient on his caseload. The patient, Georgia, was in a car accident and was admitted to the hospital overnight. Georgia is on a ventilator and cannot speak. There is no SLP on shift, and Justin is unsure how to communicate with this patient. But then he remembers an informative training he recently attended on how to communicate with patients. He searches for his flowchart to help make a decision on how to communicate with this patient. Justin starts at the top of the flowchart.
Can you communicate with your patient the same way you can with other patients? No. Georgia's on a trach. Do they use a different language, including ASL? No. Georgia only speaks English. Can they make sounds or say words? No. Georgia's on a trach. Do they have limited mobility of their limbs? Georgia, can you raise your right hand? Can you raise your left hand? Georgia, can you wiggle your right toe? Georgia, can you wiggle your left toes? Thank you. So no, she does not have limited mobility of her limbs. Can they read or write? Okay. Georgia, can you write your name? Okay, thank you. So Georgia can write her name. Okay, I'm gonna write out a direction that she has to read. So I write out, Georgia, can you raise your right hand? Okay, she can read. Alright, so can they read or write? Yes. So this is what we're going to use to communicate. Georgia, do you have any questions? Yes. Okay. What are your questions? Do they have limited mobility of their limbs? Georgia, can you raise your right hand for me? Georgia, can you raise your right hand for me? Can you raise your arm? Georgia, can you squeeze my hand? Okay, no. Georgia, can you raise your left hand for me? Can you raise your left hand? No? Okay. Georgia, can you squeeze my hand? Can you squeeze my hand? No. Okay. Georgia, can you move your right toes? Can you move your right toes? Can you move your left toes? Okay, no. Alright, so they do have limited mobility of their limbs. Okay, Georgia, can you move your head for me? Can you move your head up and down? Side to side? Okay, no. Alright, so it says I should trial eye blinking or finger tapping. Georgia, I don't know if she can do this, but Georgia, can you tap your finger for me? No. Georgia, can you tap your right finger for me? No. Alright. Georgia, can you blink your eyes once? Okay. Georgia, can you blink your eyes twice? Okay, so this is how we will communicate. Georgia, I want you to blink your eyes once for yes and twice for no. Do you understand? Okay. Alright, so now I'm going to use my communication board. Georgia, do you have any questions? Yes. Is it in this row? No. Is it in this row? Yes. Is it this one? Yes. So why am I on a ventilator? You were in a car accident late last night. So that's why you're on the ventilator right now.